From kids enjoying fresh fruit in the United Kingdom to a cemetery in Mexico City. A pastor distributing food boxes in Los Angeles to a high school club in Tennessee. These communities found each other on a seemingly small space. It's called Just Serve.
The great thing about Just Serve is how flexible it is. And anything can be posted about there as long as it's important to the community.
Just Serve is a community service platform that connects volunteers with service opportunities, as Sister Sharon Eubank explains.
When I tell people about Just Serve, I always say there's 3 aspects to it. Anybody can use it, it's free, and it's global.
This year, the platform is celebrating 10 years since its initial sponsorship by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Its reach is diverse and ever-growing.
Since 2012, there have been 670,000 users. Last year, in 2021, there were 41,000 projects in 13 different countries. So this year, Chile and New Zealand will come online. It exists in 5 languages.
The community impact is palpable at this chapel in Leeds, England.
It got bigger and bigger. Each young person that comes here, we ask them, did you have a good time? And every single one of them say yes. And they go and tell another person, and then they come.
Every week, more than 100 kids show up to learn, play, and connect with their peers, thanks to the Hawksworth Community Youth Club.
We found that a lot of the young people, a lot of the individuals, the families, were suffering through neglect, food neglect, and not having anywhere to go.
They wanted a safe place for children in their underserved community to come together.
We went out and we campaigned in the community and said that we're welcome, you're welcome.
Then, Just Served helped them secure a location at this Latter-day Saint meeting house.
All the kids have now come, the parents are overwhelmed with joy, they're happy to see that the kids are settled, they're communicating better, they're less frustrated, they know their kids are safe. They're not at risk in the community of being bullied or being preyed upon by drug dealers.
I helped Jenna spread the bagels. I put the fruit out. The benefits, like, we all get trusted here and we're responsible.
When people walking over here, we give them food. Sometimes we keep it in the freezer, a few turkeys or meat to give it.
In Los Angeles, Pastor Jose Guadalupe Navarre is preparing to distribute these food boxes to local families in need. He's teamed up with Just Serve to find volunteers and resources, including the Los Angeles Police Department.
People think of us as just being in law enforcement, but that's really never been our game. We're actually about bettering the community.
The department was looking to create its own community service website. When they heard about Just Serve, their efforts were magnified.
We have literally coordinated resources by the truckload, by the pallet full, delivering meals, delivering sustenance, delivering resources to community members, literally by the hundreds at a time.
In Mexico City, volunteers spend a Saturday morning at a cemetery.
I like the name for Just Serve in Mexico. The translation is Sirve Ahora, because that means that we can serve now.
We don't have to wait until we have a big project. We can just serve now.
Elder and Sister Argueta Cruz were tasked with launching Just Serve in Mexico City. It's still relatively new here, but in February, they got a call from local city officials requesting Just Serve's help in rounding up volunteers for a cemetery cleanup.
Venimos en apoyo a dejarlo, pues no al 100%, al 70% dejarlo limpio.
Good job, Z!
In Tennessee, teens are cheering for their favorite team and helping out to make sure the basketball tournament goes off without a hitch. The teens are here with their high school club. It's called Just Serve.
I love seeing the impact we can make on others.
Many of the students are also part of the Tennessee Promise Scholarship, which pays for their first 2 years of college.
And I thought, my gosh, this is tailor-made for what we're doing right now.
Franklin County Mayor David Alexander is a former state legislator. He says the Tennessee Promise Scholarship includes a critical component that students serve in their communities.
There's more and more children taking advantage of the Tennessee Promise, and there's more and more children using Just Serve. With this Just Serve, that's not accidental, that's providential.
It's the gospel in action. This service is the gospel in action.